feeling a little bit better, pretty weak still, so I figured it would be a good day to do some simple fishing, bluegill and carp fishing. Nothing more simple. Got the big rod out there, just cast that out with corn, and I got some little red worms and stuff. We're gonna see if we can catch some fish for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Happy Friday, by the way. Yes, sirree, happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, welcome back into our channel. Yes, this is our channel, folks. It's our channel. See if I can catch some fishies for you guys. I do have some other lures on here. I'm going to see if I can get the skunk out of the way. I've got a rooster tail on and a little popper rod. I might try a few casts. Still a little weak. My eye's hurting a little bit still, but it's good enough to come out here, sit underneath a nice cool shade tree, and see if I can catch some fish for you guys. Yeah, we got our big rod out there with corn. See if we can hope that's a pop, man. What the heck that was. I wonder what that was out there. I do have that drag set pretty light, so if a big old carp or something gets on her, keeps it feel that drag. Out of focus. And that's not a, okay, that's not a bluegill, folks. First fish of the day. Nice little channel catfish. Awesome. First fish of the day. Not a bluegill, but hey, sitting underneath this nice shade tree, relaxing. Cool fishy, folks. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Hey, first cast out here. Cool little channel cat. Little meow meow. Yeah, that's a cat, but barely. Yeah, you guys can hear my throat's pretty coarse. I've been coughing and hacking up for days, keeping that fluid that was draining out of my eye, out of my lungs, because they told me that could get, I watch it, get some pneumonia if I don't watch it. Hang on, buddy. Cool little catfish. First of the day, my friends. First cast, in fact. Yeah, we do have some corn out there, seeing if we can coerce a big old carp or something to hit. Only problem is that these guys are around. Going to be hard pressed to keep the fishies, keep these guys from tearing those worms up. Let's see where we got it. Yep, right in the top of the jaw. Yep. Cool channel catfish. You guys enjoy the show today, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have a lot of energy. I'm down in juice, so I figured, river is definitely out of the question. Why don't I just come down here and, set up the rods and fish for some bluegill and other species, other type stuff, easier to fish for. You know what I mean? Let's bring up our tablet and say hi. Where is YouTube? Oh, there it is. I'm still getting used to this tablet. Interesting to use. Let's see. And once again, it's not a good idea when you're trying on here and you're not even pushed on your own road. All right. Subscriptions. And here we are. Are we clear? Yes, we are, folks. We're pretty clear. You guys enjoy the show today. Hannah, what's going on? How you doing today, Hannah? Hannah says hi, everyone. The fishing Felon. How you doing today, Felon? Felon says hi. And Rich says get him. Thank you, my friend. That was a nugget, but I don't feel like cleaning fish right now. In fact, I barely feel like going out fishing, but you know what? It's either sitting at home and, or out here. I'd rather be out here with you guys. Let's see, Gator. How you doing, Colt? Colt says, Mike, brother. And Ben, how you doing today, Ben? Ben says hi. Says hi, everyone. Gator says, right now, a catfish better not let me catch it, or he's getting released into the grease. I know you, Cole. You'll eat anything. Let's see, Cole says, Ben. Let's see, Ben says, oh no, what's going off? Oh, we are right near a major metropolitan highway. So, Barnes Jewish is just up the street. Get a lot of ambulances coming and going. The majority of the time, they're just coming and going. There's not really any emergencies per se. And we are looking. I'm not sure about our signal quality. It doesn't look pixelated to me. Might just be my tablet. Are we looking okay, folks? As far as our camera is concerned, let me get in here a little closer, see if my hat's all icky. Let's see. Yeah, we look pretty clear. Yep, we're looking pretty good. All right, our camera feed is right on the edge of our big rod, so I got to make sure I keep up with that. See, Gator says, haha. Colt says, very clear on my sideline. Yeah, you never know. It's best to check it when you get in. And he says, wow, beautiful, can't stay long, but stop to drop my like and love and hopefully luck. All right, thanks for coming in, Bambi. I hope you have an awesome day, my friend. Yeah, they're working on the bathrooms across the way. Nice time to turn on the saws. Keep clicking what's going on. How you doing today, Clippin? It says good. And it says fine here. Clippin with the thumbs up. And Mental, how you doing today, Mental? Mental says hi. Mental says MBPFishing. Hello, my friend. How you doing today, Mental? Mental with the thumbs up and the likes. Mental also says hi again. All right, 12 incredible people in and 11 thumbs up. I tell you what, let's get back to the fishing and see if we can catch some more. Yeah, we had a hit on our corn here, but I'm not sure. Probably just took the bait off. No worries. Hello, everyone. Let's see. Bambi says, howdy, Mental, and welcome. As you guys can see, we're down at Fairgrounds Park in St. Louis, Missouri. I did have a pretty good pop on that corn. I'm not sure what it was. We do have a rooster tail and a popper. I'm going to be casting that around a little bit. I don't have a whole lot of energy, I'm afraid. I'm just getting over that eye infection. Trying to get my energy. My energy's been used in the last couple of days fighting off that stuff. Hey Chris, what's going on? How you doing today, Chris? Says good luck, Mike. We also have in, let's see, Bambi says, Clippin' Bentu. Bambi says, Gator, of course. Survival, what's going on? How you doing today, Survival? Survival says hello. Hello, sir. Bambi says Chris. Bambi says Survival, awesome. Survival says good luck today. Appreciate that, Survival. We've caught one nice channel catfish so far. I could probably check this corn rod. She got a pretty good pop out there, and these guys are very good at getting the bait off on you. Tell you what, let me check her out and see what's going on with her. She's got a pretty good pop. Tighten my drag down. In this lake, you kind of want to watch your. It's like it hit the bottom hook. So whatever that was, took a whole bunch of corn off the bottom hook. Yeah, this is just out there with corn. Good chance of getting a big old carp. I did bait up the spot relatively good. Unfortunately, the wind is blowing into this cove, which it'll get a carp's attention that is passing by, which is primarily what they should be doing. They should be traveling around right now. We're underneath a tree. I gotta get off feed here to get a cast. cast. Definitely a good cast. Yeah, I got that on a double rig. That's a still rig of just about a foot off the bottom, and I've got one hook right on the bottom. It's slack. If the fish hits that, we want that fish to run with her. All right. See if I can hit. Tell you what, let me take a few casts. I got enough energy to take a few casts. This lake has got a decent population of bass, crappie, bluegill, carp, channel catfish. You name it, it's in this one. Let me show you what I'm casting in this one. This is my little Ozark Trails. This is my little $10 Walmart combo. I've got that little Fire Tiger rooster tail on there. 4-pound leader on a 6-pound main. Seems to help. This water's getting relatively clear in this lake, so I'm not too confident in using these 6-pound test for the rooster tail because these bass, these crappie and bluegill, they're feed very much by sight in this lake. Don't worry, I've got plenty of worms, folks. I've got 50 little worms. We're just gonna sit out here underneath the tree. That's the name of this feed is relax. Relax back and enjoy the show. Guys, these bluegill are getting a little more pop. Nipped at it. Well, there's definitely some crappie bluegill in front of me because I got a bluegill. Still not seeing great out of my right eye. Texas one. I've been taking like steroidal eye drops. There's a turtle. Keep over there. Right over there. Went down. I'm just curious. I gotta do it. I have a popper tied on here. Let me take a quick cast with the little popper. This is a little tricky to cast with my my bait cast. Gotta turn the thing down to cast. Good. Sure if I had the energy, I could cast the popper. I'm sorry, folks. I don't even have the mic feed on right now. Just got the wind block up for you guys. Blowing off the lake. That's pretty good with them. Like, that's the smallest popper they double sell. No backlash either. curiosity. I was wondering if there was a bass over there. I wanted to pop. I can cast over here, but it's off speed. Cast. Yes, I knew that was going to work. Yeah, that's more meant for my my spinning combo than my bait caster. All right. What's going on in chat? You guys are enjoying the show today. 7 people in. Let's see, and 18 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. And he says, FR right. And he says, hi, everyone. Survival says, Hannah, hi. Emmy says, hey, Hannah. Hannah says, hi, Bambi. See, Honeycutt, what's going on? How you doing today, Honeycutt? Honeycutt says, hi. He says, oh, pretty. Hey, Cut. Bambi says, good. Let's see, Jag, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? We just got started, Jag. We did catch one channel catfish about a pound. Let's see, Latonya, what's going on? How you doing, Latonya? Latonya says, oh, nice spot. Yeah, this is a beautiful lake. 8 incredible people in. Let's see, and 18 thumbs up. Latonya says, hey, MVP. Hello, chat. And he says, hey, girl. Bible says this, Latonya. Latonya says, all right. One on the board. I have no doubt you'll get another. I'm hoping to get a big carp out here. A lot of times if you relax underneath a tree down here, throw some bait in, yeah, get a bait line going out here, you can bring in a big old carp. Yeah, they get up in the 30s in this lake. And with a thumbs up, and it says hi, MVP. Hi, Anna. Let's see, I'm going to set my set in chat here, and we're going to get back to fishing with our little worm out here. That's tighten up that line. Something picked her up. There are a lot of channel catfish in here that will pick that bait up on occasion. I'm going to put a new worm on this one. That one got huge. So I ain't got a lot of soil in here. I only got like 50 worms, so it's not really necessary to put like a ton of soil in there. I won't have to dig through them as much to find a little worm. It's amazing what you can do with a few dozen little red worms, folks. The enjoyment and the relaxation you can have outdoors, just sitting down here on the water. This is relaxing for me, folks. This is very calming for me. Just sitting out here watching the big rod, see if anything's gonna hit her. Cast a little worm out here. Definitely enjoyable. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, my friends, if you haven't. Just double tap that screen. It only takes a second, and it's free. Yeah, it might need to be a little bit deeper. Like that wind's blowing pretty good, so I'm gonna have to. Usually that bait will get to the bottom out there a little faster, but wind was blowing that direction a minute ago. Now it's blowing this way. Isn't it always like that? The moment you set up your rod, the wind wants to change direction on you. If I'd have known this, I'd have set up on the other side of the lake. But no, I was blowing the other way. But then, come on, take it, buddy. Take it. Make her hit it. I think we need to be a little bit deeper. Get that another like 6-8 inches. Wouldn't every guy like to say he gets another 6 or 8 inches? Did I say that? I think I said that. Did I say that out loud? Very, very relaxing, folks. Just drifting the bobber out here with a little worm. Come on, buddy. I could probably set a stick up to this rod too. There's a lot of different stuff I can try. It's very a lot less work than ordering a spinnerbait around the lake all day. Bottom bouncers are very relaxing. That there, bottom bounce ball or something. Another try. Might need to use a weighted bob. You don't want to if I don't have to. Still sore there. You know, it's still healing. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I had a scratch in my corner right there, right by my pupil. Come on. Ooh. Man. Come on. Got him, folks. What have I got? No, pull off. Man, that was whatever that was. That's a bite on worm. Popped it. No. And that fish was running with it. So that hit the top hook that time. Uh-oh. The channel catfish are the ones that usually get the bottom hook. That one hit the top hook. What happens was they'll hit that bottom hook, right, folks? And it's got this slide, right? So that'll give me a minute or two for me to get to that rod before he actually feels that weight at all. It's a little double rig I like to use down here sometimes. I do it on the river too, but only in my little sandy spots because I do not like losing all this gear. So if you get this snag, you're going to lose 2 hooks, a swivel, 2 hooks, 2 swivels, and a rig. Sorry about that, folks. They're working on the bathrooms across the way. Yeah, that tornado we had ripped the siding off the bathrooms across the way, and they haven't fixed it. They're just starting to get it fixed. Let me get this back out here, folks. Yeah, we're underneath the tree, so I have to walk a little bit to the left to get that rod out there. And that's about halfway out to the middle of the lake. Pretty good distance. And another thing you want to do when you as a it is that was hitting in the moment it hit the water. That was not like another cow cat. I'm gonna have to redo that because when I try to tighten that line up, guess what? There was a fishy on there. Another bottom hook one. They do stock channel catfishing here up to about 6 pounds. The majority of them in the pound, 2 pound range, and they do survive in this lake. So those little pounders, 2 pounders, they do grow up eventually. People don't understand that. Well, you can't all those little catfish in that lake. Well, they do grow up eventually if you let them go. 3 Michael, and we're back out. And that was as soon as it hit the bottom. Might have some kitty cats out here right now. If they hit corn, I might put corn on the bottom. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. not stuck on the bottom. Notice how I lift that line up right when it hits the bottom. That keeps that bait from sinking in the mud. This is a mud bottom bank. This is yuck mud. Nice of them to be working on that across. It's louder down by my house. Anyway. Quieter out here. Yes, I know it's a little bit. Kind of a shame. It's actually still quieter out here than it is by my house. Step 1, 2, Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. 3 times. Man, it's amazing how fast I can wrap around that ship. Yeah, this is what I call relaxing fishing. Pretty enjoyable way to spend the day. Enjoy it. It can be rewarding too. Sorry I'm not shouting as much, folks. My ears aren't. It's hard for me to hear my own voice. It's still long. Plus, I am still getting a little bit of goo. Like they come on. Got it, folks. Hey, our first bluegill. Yeah, no point in using these guys for bait, honestly, because unless you're going to use them live, they really don't pan out. Little blue geeky. Hi, buddy. Little female. Cool little guy. Yep. Cool little guy, folks. Yeah, it's a little 3 or 4 incher. Yeah, perfect for live bait, but we're not. Probably should put that on the hook out here for some bass. I might do that too, folks. I don't know. There's a lot of different types of fishing you can do out here. And it says, hi everyone. How you doing, Lucy? Lucy says, hello, MVP. With the unicorn, the heart, and the rainbow emojis. Awesome. And Danny's in the house. How you doing today, Danny? Danny says, tight lines, Mike brother. Danny says, catch some big ones. We've got our big carp rod out here. See if we can big carp and catfish. That's out there with corn. We're gonna see. Danny says, hi, Lucy. Lucy says, hey, Danny. He says, we'll be in and out today. And thank you, RF 212 for that 3 times, 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times the good luck gem coin. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And he says, movie night here. Got you, my friend. And he says, it's always a movie night at your place. I know what movie night means. Wow, wow. Let's see, Arnold. How you doing today, Arnold? Arnold says, hi, everyone. Have a good night, my friend. Let's see, Bambi says, gone. Let's see, Bambi says, hey, Arnold. He says, yep, picked it up. Picked it up out there. Let's see, Toya says, bluegill. Bambi says, blue. And let's see, RFD, how you doing? Thanks for coming in also, RFD. And I do appreciate those gems. Arnold says, good to see you, Mike, brother. Good to see you too, my friend. I didn't think I was ready for a river trip, but I thought, you know what? I'd go down and step underneath a nice cool shade tree and fish with some blue geekies and some channel and see if there's some carp around. Let's see, Bambi with the WWs. For RFD. All right, 10 incredible people still and seeing 21 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Happy Friday, and hope you're enjoying the show today. Yeah, I've got a double rig on it, so even if something comes by and picks up the corn and takes out one of the corns off, there's 2 of them on there, so hopefully That drag is set pretty loose, so she's at 0. If Mark takes that, she's going to take off. You're going to hear that drag go zzz. That's what I'm hoping for a big old carp to take that, take off running with her. I know they're pack baits and stuff I could probably try, but man, it's so much work. There's something different on it out there. Yeah, mine was hanging. I do have a rooster tail on. I can cast the spinnerbait stuff around here, but for now, I'm just sitting back, relaxing, catching some bluegill and stuff. Some blue BBs and some channel catfish. Hey, 2 fish already today. This looks uncomfortable, folks, but this is the most comfortable place, the way I can set. This is actually extremely comfortable. I could fall asleep setting like this. If I leave this bobber float out there, I can probably bite on it. Cast it out there, tip that line and make it sink. Got to do a little bit of a breeze, so put that right there for a minute. And I think, what should I cast over here? I'm amazed I'm not getting any strikes on my rooster tail recently. You're allowed to use 3 rods down here per person. I've got 4 rods with me, but I'm not using them simultaneously. And the rock. There are a lot of rocks around this edge, so you're gonna get snagged on occasion. Take your time, walk past that door, and usually pops right out. Oh, there's a carp. Ooh, that was actually pretty close to it, folks. Yeah, that was within about 30 feet. Ooh. Do I dare? That was right over there, folks. That was in open water, too. It wasn't in like any reeds or anything. It was like hiding. That castle that was a big carp. That was 7 or 8 pounds. You've probably seen the ripples go across the water right through there. Like that last fish at the bottom. all look good. We're gonna flip this over a little bit closer to where that carp surface. I don't want to hit too close to where I might. Should be in there about where she. It's in a few feet. Not too close as to spook her, but close enough to where she's gonna pick up that bait and all that bait. Line set. Pretty good. You know, folks, let me cast this back out here and I'll get the best shot, okay? See what's going on in chat. Big Boy Rails, what's going on? How you doing, Big Boy Rails? Big Boy says, hi everyone and brother of MVP. How you doing today, my friend? He says, hello, Big Boy. Bambi says, hi, Big. Bambi says, yep, one bluegill, one brim. All right, thank you, Bambi. Let me come over here and actually we got, if you can put that up, we actually got one bluegill and one channel cat. Bambi, you weren't in, you actually missed the channel cat. Carly, what's going on? How you doing, Carly? If you want to put that up, I'll pin that. One bluegill and one channel cat. Carly says, good, Mike. Awesome to hear, my friend. All right, 13 people in and 23 thumbs up. We're watching that big rod, folks. Hopefully we can get one of these big old carp coming in here. There's one already moving up over here. Hopefully he's tracking that bait I threw in. Yeah, you got it right that time, Carly. All right. Thank you, Carly. Thanks, my friend. Let's see, 8 people in and 25 thumbs up. He says, thank you, Carly. Hi. I'm just wondering what kind of artificial I can throw out here that I'm going to be able to get me strikes on. For some reason, the rooster tail just hasn't been working recently. This is odd. Spinnerbait works. Usually you get him on a rooster tail too. I don't have a lot of soil there, so it's easy to find. Interesting, that corn is sitting out there a little bit over to the right. It's not getting any, like, pestered by bluegill over there. Bluegill and channel cat. Might mean that carp moved in there. I might have to work on that rig a little bit. I might have to put a smaller weight on her. Carp in this lake usually don't scare away from the heavier line, but they don't like the heavier weight. That's why I use the double rig. Hoping that extra rig would be enticing enough for one to hit. find out. Still getting that cotton mouth. That's one of those eye drops. One of the side effects of those antibiotic eye drops. This is very relaxing for me. Yeah, okay. Hey, a little bigger bluegill. Hi, buddy. Hey. Put them outside the mouth. That's a little bigger bluegill. That would go about 5.5, 6 inches. For our third fish of the day, so we've caught two bluegill and a channel catfish so far. Beautiful guy, folks. I love it. Able to come down here and fish with you guys. Relax. Checking my angles. I think I got it right. All right, buddy. He's a little dingy colored. That's a male. See how the blue is starting to around the gills. If that was a female, that whole buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Arnold, 75 degrees. Nice and cool down here underneath these shade trees. Yeah, this is a relaxing day. What can I say more than the name of the video is relax. Relax back and enjoy the show. I wonder what else I can use on this that might just right. I have a sneaking suspicion. It's just I don't know where it is. And I'd have to re-rig everything here with the heck. There's a bass down here, and he's going to be bottom bouncing. So let me see if I can find one of my crawl. Not easy to hook them on my little Walmart combo like this, but we're gonna try her out. Assuming I can find one of those stickers. Yeah, I need basically one of my weighted hooks, which would be in one of my bags. A lot of times with me, it's just finding my stuff. I'm a little unorganized. It's like as long as it's in there, I'm fine. But when I get down here, I'm like, where the heck is it? I've got that set, folks. So if she hits it, she can run with that stuff pretty good. Have any in here? I need to put a text rig on both. Not there. I got one in here. I just gotta find it. It's a weighted hook rig. I don't. It's the bottom bouncing with a crawl. That's the lure I want to use. It's gonna go there. And I'll tell you what, it might be in the bottom of this. Probably this one down here. Oh, yeah, there's one. A little heavier than what I wanted, but that'll work. Don't want the, I want a rape throw on that. That's a salty plus. I think I'll try the rape tail. Michael. This does work on this particular rod combo. It's just setting the hook on those stickers can be tough because this sucker is not designed to do this. This little Walmart combo is not designed for power. It's designed for sensitivity. Kind of one of those things where you want a special combo to do this. What I got? Jet plane. Hey, that's a jet. Now that's a jet. I'll show you what I got on here. Once we got yes, here. Okay. It's actually pretty easy to rig up. Alright. Actually might be the kicker. Alright, let me there. Now I'm in a better mood. I'm not nearly as much pain as I was before. My eye's still hurting a little bit, but I can deal with it. Yeah, that's gonna try this around here a little bit. That's a rage crawl. That's on a weighted hook. So wide gap. Both the crawfish and the little frogs. Hook on this little sucker. Rod doesn't have a lot of power to her. Bottom bounce. Another good thing about this, the way you do this, is that you can really put this lightly. As opposed when you're casting this with a bait caster, water sucks here. So when you cast this, you can barely, it's like a frog just jumping into the water. It's very, very natural. It's a very big reflex license. I haven't done this technique in a while. I found prone to miss a big one. Right over by where that carp hit. Wait for a little ping. If something hits this, I'll feel a little pecker. Usually a bass picking it up, and I'll just wait to feel that. I'll show you if I get one. It's a lot easier to technique the cast. Come on. Usually this is speed. I don't even have the mic feed on. That's not on. Guys, thank you. That's like to put that right on my hat. Unfortunately, my eyesight is like seriously messed up already. I don't really need that in my peripheral vision. He says, got some tight lines, Gary. How you doing today, Gary? Appreciate you coming in. Let's see Flavor. Flavor's number 29. Awesome, my friend. He says, Dave. See, Flavor says, Carly, good to read you, love. He says, hey, Flav. He says, how are you doing today? Let's see if we caught 2 bluegill and a channel catfish so far today. Feeling a little bit better. Still a little bit of pain, but we're managing. Good day. 2 brim and a channel catfish. Yep, there's a neck one. Next one that was. Missed him. That was pulling it, folks. You guys might not have heard that. That was pulling drag out. That might have been that carp. There's at least 1 or 2 back in this cove. That part of the cove, not over here. I threw some bait in. Looks like I pulled a few of them in. You got a double potential, pretty good potential of getting a carp. Because the first one will usually wind up getting like a bluegill coming in there and nibbling on it. And he'll keep nibbling on that single piece of corn. And that'll attract like a carp or something. He'll come in there and he won't grab that little piece of corn, but that second hook will have still have a lot of corn on her, and that's the one they usually hit. I'm anxious, folks. Anxious to hook into a big one on this big rod. I've got smaller hooks on this one. I can't force her in on this one. But they're brown, so I shouldn't bend that hook out as long as I have that drag set. Alright, that's okay, folks. We're gonna chum her up a little bit more too. I'm sure those bluegill pretty much get the majority of that bait in quickly, so just gotta keep a little bit of bait out here. That's right on top of where my rod is. So sorry about that, folks. I saw that rod going. Yeah, that drag is set very loose. So if something hits her, she can run. Let's see. Family says, slow day for that might. Yep, a nice relaxing day. That's best way to fish. That's Deer Coops. What's going on? How you doing, Deer Coops? Deer Coops says hi. A thumbs up. Play about with the heart emojis and the infinity emoji. Oh, he says, I feel that, Dave. You got to do any Do any fishing today? And he says, off, Leba. Feel ya. Hey, you Pier Coops. Harley says hi, Pier. Yeah, we're down fishing for carp here. We've got one rod out here for carp. We've got one pretty good one, about 7 or 8 pounds. He's been kind of playing around in the shallows. Jumped once or twice over here. He's right by where I am, so that's pretty good potential of getting her. That drag set's super loose. If she hits her, she's gonna peel. And he says, neat crawdad. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little lure. Here it says, Carly, label with the heart emojis. It says, thank you. And Gator with the cool. Yeah, we do have some new emojis loaded up on our members. Members, if you guys want to try them out. See, Yogi, what's going on? How you doing today, Yogi? Yogi says hi, Mike. How you doing today, Yogi? Feeling a little better, Yogi. We've caught 2 bluegill, 1 channel catfish. My eye's still pretty dang sore, but she's healing. The infection's gone. That's the important part. 6 people in, 34 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Mahad, what's going on? How you doing today, Mahad? Mahad says hi. And Flavor says must. Mahad with the fishy emojis. Let's see, Bambi says Mahad, hey. Flavor says, I know exactly what you meant. Carly says, oh, that's a sweet Dave. It's nice to have good neighbors like that. Let's see, Carly says cold. Gator says Carly. Let's see, Colt says Dave, my brother. Anna says hi, Dave. Bambi says bless you, Gator. Flavor says I actually blessed to the live in an amazing neighborhood. I helped my father, whom is also a Navy. He was troubled because he was one side is numb and can't feel anything. I understand, my friend. I took care of my uncle for years. He was bedridden. I know. And Flava with that with the 100% with the 100 gem emoji. Thank you for that, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peter says this grill is hot and ready to do some meat. Lags me out and my pack loses. I'm gonna completely lose it. See, Carly says, yeah, that's tough, Dave. Poor guy. Yeah, my prayers, my friend. Let's see, Bambi says, FR Dave. See, Hillbilly, what's going on? How you doing today, Hillbilly? Hillbilly, he says, howdy, howdy, y'all. You see what the unicorn emojis, the rainbow emojis, and the heart emojis. Carly asks, what you grilling? It says, thank you, y'all. Let's see, Bambi says, hi, buddy. Let's see, Gator says, Dave, I took care of my mom and dad until they left this earth, so I respect that. Yes, sir, my friend. It's hard work. Let's see, Creator says, hi, Hillbilly. With hot peppers on the side. Ribeye, potatoes, asparagus, and some pasta and salad. Or he says, I want you. Flava. Let's see, Bambi with the thumbs up. Bambi says, nice, Dave, with the WWWs. Again, I appreciate you all coming in, and thank you for all those reactions and those gems, my friends. All right, let's get back to the fishing. We do have one carp rod out here. I'm trying to round a few bass more too. I'm sure there's some bass in this location. Just getting them to hit. It'd be tricky. I could probably cast a spinnerbait over there and get them to hit. I'd have to move around to do that. And I don't want to move around all that much. I don't want this to be a relaxing day for you guys. Good enough. bluegill on the channel, guys. Every time I'm trying to focus in on something from a distance, I'm working that eye out. It hurts. It's healing. Nice to turn that music on so loud. Well, hopefully our wind block will stop it. Should just let this drift out there. I think Manny got that off fast. Wonder why I didn't get a bite onto that cast. I think I got the worm off. I have been digging into a few of our content that we haven't used for short feeds. I did put that long form out. I was trying last night, but it wouldn't let me upload it. I don't know why. It let me upload everything fine today. I was just kind of glitchy for me yesterday. A good day to come back down here on the state tree and black gold. Worried about it. Didn't pick it up in the background. Hey, little dragonfly, check them out. Check my rod there. Problem with bats are going after me, he won't get off. Gives me an idea of what I need to do to catch bass. I really don't want to. Almost got the energy to want to do some bass. I know what I can cast around here without. It's just going to take me a couple days to recover, get my energy back before I try to hit the river. I thought this would be a great place to set up today for you guys. Hey, it's beautiful out here. That nice cool breeze. It's quite pleasant, in fact. Tell you what, I could try a little Colorado spinnerbait, but instead of using the cat tab, I can use the squawfish color. No. Hang on there for a second, folks. The stinker of the worm was on there until the last second. The sucker grabbed it right by the bank and pulled it off on me. There's something pecking on the corn out there. Something got it nibbling on it out there. What's it might want to find? Got it right back. I have a big old tail cat. Just a bigger bluegill. Awesome. There's a nice long here, folks. That's a solid 7. I thought that was bigger. Ooh, that is a good long here, folks. Meh. Exactly 7 inches. Yep. That's a keeper in my boat. Gorgeous one, folks. And our camera feed is like right at the base of my rod, so this should be it. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. And these geese are looking at me like lunch. No, not lunch. Fish. Fish go back in water. See him over here? You're just looking at me. Beautiful one, folks. Yeah, we're gonna get out a bluegill. So three bluegill and a channel catfish so far. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. My good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now that makes it all worthwhile. Now if I could just get a big old carp on, it'd be even better. It says, Gator, that stinks. Sorry you're worried. Right, says, your internet's still being funky cold. Yeah, that's why I don't use Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's acting crazy again. Only bad thing is about Lisa. Thank you for the heart emoji. That for those flying heart gems. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boy, she does look friggin' yucky. I don't know. No, it's probably just on my side. Yeah, we look okay. Let's see, Bambi says, feel ya. And Carly says, bird farts? Okay. I says, that's cool, though. So that's what you're doing at the moment. Bird farts? Yeah, I got the mic feed off, too, so you guys can hear the sounds of the river down, the lake down here, the birdies chirping and all that other fun stuff. Yeah, we're pixelated. I gotta do this. I gotta do it once. Do it once. Yeah, honestly, no change. We're at 5 bars, so you guys are right. It's just on my tablet. Yep, you guys are right. I had to do it. I had to check. Sorry, I didn't believe you guys. Let's see. Miss Amaris, what's going on? How you doing today, Amaris? Miss Amaris says, hello, Carly. Here says, I'm cooking. Uploading all of your battle skins from my dinosaur. Checking stats before the match. And False North, how you doing, Jason? Jason sent the, I'm not sure what kind of emoji. Oof. That is the turtle. Turtle drinking water. It must be a thirsty turtle. Jason says, cheers, Mike. Cheers, Jason. How you doing, my friend? Let's see, Bambi says, thank you. Perfect timing. Peter says, baby Jason. Mara says, get him. False North says, Gator Boy. Bambi says, woohoo. Bambi with the heart emojis. Let's see, Jason says, how's Arkansas? Yep. Lisa voting emoji. Got you, my friend. Let's see, False North says, was too high. Let's see, Bambi with the, what? Cindy, how you doing, Cindy? Let's see, Bambi with the thumbs up. How you doing, Cindy? Yeah, well, I'm just doing a relaxing trip out here. Caught 3 pretty good bluegill on channel catfish so far. Got the big old, the green goblin out here. I got that with corn, seeing if there are any carp around. Let's see, Bambi says Cindy. Carly says Lisa. Gator says the one only SJC Cinders. Cindy says, hey, Gator. Carly says, hi, Cindy. Bambi says, hi. And the heart emojis. Cindy says, it's a good picture. Yeah, I know. It can be the tablet. Gator says, how are you, Travis? And today is Cindy. And he says, doing good. How are you, Gator? See, Amaris says, hey, Cindy. Cindy says, hi, Amaris. Betsy Gator says, it's been a decent day, Cindy. Cindy says, hi, Carly. And I do appreciate all those reactions, my friends. 10 people in and 41 thumbs up. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Are you going live later on, Cindy? I was just wondering. Starting to feel a little better. I think I can start doing some more YouTube again. I've been doing much, I'm afraid. I've been uploading 2 or 3 short feeds for the last couple days and sleeping. That's what the doctor told me. Rest, take your antibiotic drops, and sleep. Let your immune system get as much help as it can get to heal up. There's a tiki worm. I'm gonna try it. That's a gunky worm. Yucky, 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 yucky. One of those that's right at the point of no return. You ever been fishing? You know, there's a see him? Pick it up and drop it. Come on, big guy. I think that's a carp, folks. That keeps picking it up and dropping it. I am casting a few artificials around as well right now. I'm not really working hard at this. I'm just out here fishing with you guys, relaxing, catching some fishies. Happy Friday, and hope you guys are enjoying the show, my friends. Yeah, I don't think they like the muckworm. I have to get a better one on. Yeah, that one pretty much fell off the hook. Yeah, I expected that. Yeah, there's 2 worms there. I gotta put one back up. Yeah, I don't have much soil in this bucket. I only got like 50 worms in here. I'm not feeling great when I only dig 50 worms. And that drag is set super light, folks. If a carp takes off running, she's gonna feel like no tomorrow. It's going to take off. Seems like the little bluegill are out there deep. Bigger ones are in here shallow. That's a big longer than the one I got last couple. That was about 7 inches. Yeah, it's still sore around the very top there where the swelling puts right against the eye socket there. The infection's gone at least. That's what counts. Those eye drops did the trick. That's for sure. Yeah, they gave me those in the emergency room the other day. I went in there with pus draining from my eye, and it was pretty bad. I mistook that for a nasal infection. What that was there was a scratch on my corneries. That scratch, every time it got stuff in it, obviously you're going to get all kinds of pollen stuff in the air. You're going to get dust in it. Still getting a little fluid coming out of my nose because all that stuff for days has been getting that crap out. But it's not bad, folks. It's much better than it was. Just a little bit of fluid, not much. I don't know if you guys have ever had a scratch, a severe scratch like that. That's bad. That hurts. Your eye is the most sensitive part of your body, and it's the most fragile. Snagged up. Probably crawfish. There are a lot of crawfish in this lake, folks. Put that right back out here and let me check that check before I do a little bit more bass fishing. Let's see, says, lots of water. Gator says, Mike, why doesn't Jason have a mod? Well, Jason hasn't been in for a while, so actually he hasn't been in since we did the purge. So let me make sure to mod him up. There you go. All right. Just because Jason hasn't been in since we did the purge. He's a very busy man. He has kids. Totally understand. Working on the side now. Danny says Cole. Carly says hi to Danny. Danny says hi Cindy. Carly says hi Daisy. Miss Daisy, what's going on? How you doing, Miss Daisy? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. He says Cole, brother. Let's see, Miss Daisy says hey, Mike. Peter says, Danny brother. Guys, enjoy the show. I think I will put a little podcast on quiet. Maybe I got a pot that goes off the bottom. Right. Oh. I think I will put it on. Save this for a little bit later. Put on a little spinnerbait here. One of my little micro strike teams, assuming I can hold sucker tied on here because I am not seeing very well. Usually I can tie that on very easily. I'm just guessing where the hole is. Can I get it in there? Yep, got it. Lucky. I don't know where the heck that hole was. I just guessed. I'm pretty much blind on my left side, and my right eye is now still healing. I can see out of it fine. Whenever I focus in on it, it hurts. It's still healing. I'm back to 100%. Alright, I don't know if I should keep the trailer on or not. I suppose I should keep the trailer on. Alright, one of our favorite little lures down here, folks. The little Mike Strike King mini spinnerbait with the Strike King race crawl on that. Very effective. Almost too effective. I don't know. Worm. Got him, folks. Hey, little boogie. Another one. That's our fourth bluegill of the day. That's our fourth bluegill of the day. Number 4. 4 bluegill and a channel cat. Yeah, that's another little male. See, you've got the blue starting to form around there, so that's definitely a male. See how relaxing this is, folks? So much easier than fishing down on the river. I gotta man those baits all the time and chug around them rocks and hardships and all that other stuff. Actually, way cooler down here too in this grass. Nice cool shady grass. All right, buddy. Where's that hook? Right there. Hook's out. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I am going to check our car right out. That had a couple bites up there, but nothing really wanted to get her. Boy, they're just peeling that corn off of the grade. Might have to do something else here. I don't know. I think they're just, these carp are a little sensitive to that weight. It's gonna be tricky, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to an even smaller weight. In fact, I might go weightless. Use the corn as weight. I think I can still put one. Very small weight on here. Just enough for. Just enough weight on this sinker to hold her in place. It's actually designed for lighter weights and lighter lines. We're gonna make do. Go to the eye. That's a very small split shot. It's a sliding split shot. It'll go on there without much work. It's gonna be tricky. Have a lot of tagging to work with. Alright, I think that's on. Alright, that's going to be a very, very light weight on there. It's almost non-existent. Some more corn on here. Every single shade tree over here, folks, is getting people fishing underneath it right now. I don't know why. The river's actually, if you want to fish her for catfish and stuff with some big equipment, she's at about the right level. But my type of fishing is pretty tough. That's a fresh can, too. That's that one. This one's probably been out there a little while. So that top hook hasn't been getting much of anything. They've all been hitting the bottom. Tricky to cast this sucker. This is 20-pound test on it. That's the same rig I just put on a much smaller weight. It's basically going to mean I'm just going to have to hand line this sucker out here because I don't think I'm going to be able to cast it. Oh, as a carp just jumped right over there, folks. Nice carp too. Yeah, cast okay. That's about the same distance to where that. Do you see that, folks? Right in front of you guys' view. That was a solid 7 or 8 pound carp. Come up and hit the surface. It's a pretty nice carp. We've got some actively feeding out here right now. It's okay. I can get a couple. Yeah. Be a little straight around the field. get into your reel. Get in my hands. Took it off my lure. Stuck on my hands. My reel. It's stuck in my reel. That's tough to get out. Basically, have to take it apart. Wait for your hook to way out. Probably change up the trailer. Kind of almost like I want to use a trick worm sometime. I don't think I've got any in my bag. Something small. You have these little slim things. Could be just big enough. Oh, dude. Yep. That's why I said I wasn't ready down for the river. I'm definitely not ready for the river, folks. Almost fell in. All I have to do is stand up here. It's only about 6 inches deep. That's why it says on my profile I fall down a lot. Definitely fall down. Let the bass come up and look at me. It's only about 8 or 10 inches long. Come up and look at me. That's about set up the car. I'm not sure. Yeah. I thought there might be one or two seconds here. Probably have to put on a live bluegill to get one to hit. These guys, there's a fence right over here to the left. These are the ones that get see a lot of people. They know. Person. Watch what you eat. It might have a hook in it. They're all in worms, like stuck in one spot down there. I don't know why they do that. They wind up killing themselves when they come like that. all just come into one spot. It's not good for them. They do it anyway. Instinct on worms. Burn again. Got him. They are fifth bluegill. Number 5. Okay, this is a fish, folks. I'll take him. Gives me a little practice back for back on the fishing on the river. Yeah, that's a female there. Definitely. Cool guy. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. You, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. See what's going on in chat. See 4 people still in and see 44 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. He says, Daisy May, cool name. Yep, she has an awesome channel. She does live streams in the back with her looking at these boathouses, and she'll also do her crossword puzzle live streams. That's pretty cool. Daisy May is awesome. She is. Cindy replied. See, Gator says, "Haha, aren't you always?" Wait. Hannah says hi. Carly says Danny. Danny says True Cold. See, Carly says hi, Hanny. Hannah says hi, Carly. She's over that bluegill. Danny says, I know. This Cindy, everyone does. Danny says, oh, got him. Danny says, catch monsters. Charlie says, Mike. Says, well, feeling the love. But I better get, thank you guys. Pat Mike, please drink, bless y'all. Thanks for reminding me. Gotta get a coffee here. Yeah, I gotta keep that throat coated while he's healing. Hey, Ed, what's going on? How you doing, Edward? This is another fishing day. That's good. I hope it's not too hot out there. It's actually about 75 degrees. It's about 85 degrees actually, but underneath these shade trees, it's far more pleasant. Big night crawler. I'm going to save that for the river. Let's see. So far, we caught 5 bluegill and a channel catfish. We got our big carp rod out here with some corn. Hoping we can snag ourselves a big carp. And I might put, if I do, I might actually put on a bluegill, live bluegill out here, see if I can force when he's fast getting. They don't actually hit live bluegill much usually. I have to put on one of my bobbers, larger bobbers with a bait holder hook on that. I do have my bait caster. We can use 3 rods at a time down here. This would allow me to cast either an artificial or a worm over here, have the corn rod out, and that's a pretty good idea. But that bluegill would have to be setting over there and just running with the buck. They had it. Dropped it. Just giving a worm on me. Bigger. Like something might be picking that. Got almost no weight on it. Just enough weight to hold out there. Basically a steelhead style sliding split gun. dry line bluegill out here. There's no flathead in this lake. One thing you're gonna get on is either a bass or a trout. There are some snappy turtles in this lake. Loggerhead too. Little freshwater turtles. Actually have to stock turtles in this lake because they won't let them survive in this lake on their own. They people wind up killing them because they don't want them in the lake. They put them in the lake to keep the dead fish population. For some reason, there are actually people that take fish from the river and throw them in here, and they don't come back the next day and see 99.9999999% of all those fish that come from the river dead. They don't survive in here. Grass carp like people have been trying to throw grass carp in here. Grass carp like small lakes and stuff, but if you have a grass carp that has been born and raised in the river and you throw them in a lake, number 6. That's a little bigger. Well, these guys are warm. That's another, it's like another female. Number 6, my friends. Cute little guys, huh? That's about 5 inches, 5.5. Starting to get up there. We've only caught actually one keeper bluegill and one nice channel catfish today. The rest of them have been these fun size. Very easy and very relaxing to catch. Let me get him in here closer for you guys. Get a little view on them. Beautiful guys. I love it, my friends. Thank you. You ate it. What if I can catch a little green sunfish? That would be cool if I could catch a green sunfish. So they're actually the best to use for live bait. They're a little tricky to catch because they like to set in rocks. What we're going to do is we're going to put some little wormy on here. Drop them right here in the rock. Oh, now, well, maybe it won't be tricky as I thought. You know, it is the water. Probably catch 10 pound bass. I think my luck on a tiny little thin wire hook. Get one on it. I think there's something to hook. Green sunfish. They got different stories. They're darker. Bass picked them out. Keep an eye on that carp. Should turn the rod that way. Might be an idea. Well, you guys can see that tip a little better. Need refresher anyway, so. That's not bottom corn again. That's still enough corn on there to have gotten corn of heaven. Guys. Bee just landed right on my finger. I was staring at it like, there's a bee on my thumb. What the? I'm definitely not 100%. This is why I came down here and fished down here today. Tree. That's not going out very far. These carp are going to be in here, especially if we baiting up the spot where I am. They're going to be in here pretty shallow. We're just going to turn this on. I'm leaving this just a little bit slack. See, all I have to do is take a little finger and pull it out. I think that should be better for you guys to view. Yeah, that definitely should be better for you guys to view. These 7 people still in and 49 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. I think that was better for you guys to view. Let me check that chat. See what's going on. And see Gator with all the cool new emojis. Yeah, those are members only emojis. Got to us from Fishy Things. Yes, sir. Fishy Things donated. Made those for us. See Johnny Land, what's going on? How you doing today, Johnny Land? It says where I am, it's 90 degrees. Muggy humidity is hot. Yeah, we had that yesterday. Johnny says, what's up, MVP? What's up, my friend? See, we've caught 6 bluegill on a channel catfish so far. Got our big rod out here for carp, trying to see if we can get a big old carp to hit. And we're casting around a few artificials. And we are also catching a little worm out here. Nice relaxing day. This is relaxing for me, folks. This is very, very easy, very, very relaxing. I'm not feeling up 100%. Back to more like 60%. So I'm not really feeling up to hitting the river. So this is our best alternative. Get down here and fish for some baskies. Cast around the old rooster tail. Cast a wormy around here. Cool way to spend the day. Just to come in here, enjoy chat, talking to you guys. See if we can get some fishing. Obviously, we caught some, but we're looking for that big carp out there to get. Maybe that's not grass. Yeah. This water's pretty warm in here. I know there's bass and stuff in here, it's just getting them to hit. every time I get near that shoreline, right when I'm about ready to usually get a strike, right at the rod tip, I hit this stuff. Every single time. People keep trying to put grass carp in here thinking they're going to eat all the grass. And that would happen. Unfortunately, the problem is that those grass carp are raised down on the river. Those grass carp have no idea what to do in this kind of lake. They basically, there's 3 grass carp, one over here, one over here, and one over there. You can see someone threw them in, and they did. They can't survive down here. All of a sudden, they go from a nice cold river, running water, to a still lake with a whole bunch of moss and algae in it. They know what to do. It's a fallacy that people think that if you take one fish to another, from one lake to another, that you're going to survive. Those fish die in 24 hours. Chatterbait doesn't do any better. This stuff just swells up and just lays. Basically, if you cast a chatterbait out here, the moment you get biting algae, you ain't got a 100-pound braid on for you to set that hook like a madman. Like a swimming. Stuck on my leg. Oh. I hope I can put it on your live, see if I can get a basket. Instead, they don't hit bluegill like bluegill. God. Come on, big carpies. I know you're out here. Two of them jump already. I see one over there and one over here. Fine. It should be roll over by the bank. Rip the drop. Nothing wrong with that one. Put it on a little more. Keep an eye on that line. That line tight. That's up out there. What's going on? Carly says, hi Ed. Carly says, hi Johnny. Seth says, how you doing, Seth Johnson? Johnson's in the house. Seth says, he's a 50 like. Awesome, my folks. 7 people in it, 56 thumbs up. See Terry, what's going on? How you doing, Terry? He says, afternoon, MVP. Afternoon, my friend. Carly, Terry says, hey, Seth. Says, Terry. Carly says, hey, Terry. This says, looks like a picture perfect MVP. Cloudy here in Nashville currently. Awesome, my friend. It's about 75, 80 degrees out here right now. Got a nice cool breeze setting underneath the shade tree. Perfect way to do some fishing. See Ranyo, what's going on? How you doing, Ranyo? See Terry says, Miss Carly. Ranyo says, hey, everyone. Hey, Ranyo. Worms. Ooh, that's a little guy. Ooh, you are tempting me. He is tempting me, folks. It would take about a 2-pounder to eat that one. Boy, that is close. Yeah, there are some big bass in this lake. I'll stick with the artificial to try to catch bass. And that's our 7th bluegill of the day. So 7 bluegill and a channel catfish so far. That's getting close to bait size. Beautiful little female. I love it, my friends. I love it. Gorgeous little guy. Come on, open your mouth, little stinker. Come on, open up. Yeah, he's almost too small to where I can't even hold him by the mouth. Gorgeous fish, folks. My buddy. Yeah, he's getting close to where I was going. Alright, we're looking good, folks. Got it set up here. I can read the jet pretty good. just using a little garden variety worms. We've also got corn out there on the bottom, trying to see if we can snag ourselves with a big old carp or catfish in this lake. Got one channel catfish so far. Big carp jumping around, but haven't been able to catch up with any. Let's see, Carly says hi, Ron. I can't get any strikes on artificials down here today. What are those fish baths? That corn is just setting out there. He's in a good position to get a big one. He's not getting chewed up by bluegill. That's one good thing. That could be a problem when you're fishing with corn down in these lakes like this. Oftentimes you get bluegill and the little sound catfish. That's a nice bluegill. Ooh. Yeah, that's a nice male. Awesome fish. That's a pretty one there, folks. That's our number 8. 8 bluegill and a channel catfish so far today. Boy, that's a gorgeous one there, folks. Beautiful bluegill. Gotta love it. That's a nice little 7-incher. Awesome fish, folks. Yeah, he just got it right on the top of his jaw, so pop that out. No muss, no fuss. Open your mouth, you little. Yeah, he's a little stinker, wouldn't open his mouth. Beautiful fish, folks. Boy, that is a pretty one there. That's a gorgeous male. Gotta love it, my friends. That's why I came down here and fished for these guys today. I figured I'm feeling great, buddy. Yeah, and you guys actually, if you don't know this, bluegill they can smother if they get stuck in the moss there for too long. Alright, I'll tell you what, let's check that chat. What's going on? Alright, we're looking good. Well, people in it, 58 thumbs up. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying the show. I want to. out of it. Great. Alright, 12 people still in and 60 thumbs up. Oh, oops. Right over here. I had to move. Here's you'd be amazed at how much fun you can have just Let's see what's going on. 14 people in, 61 thumbs up. Awesome. Good show. Ricky Bobby, what's going on? How you doing today, Ricky Bobby? Ricky Bobby says hi. He says hi, Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby says, Carly, happy Friday. It's a happy Friday, my friends. TM Radio, what's going on? How you doing, Radio? Good afternoon, Mike. What's the score? I believe it's 8 bluegill and a channel catfish so far. Let's see, Saltwater says, do you know the Muffin Man? Yeah, I do actually. That's, I believe that's one of Peter's backup channels. Saltwater says hi. He says happy Friday. The radio says hello everyone. South Ohio. He says, yes, I believe it's in Drury Lane. That's also one of Peter Ryan's backup channels, backup accounts. Let's see, Saltwater says hi. He says SWCB. 14 people in and 61 thumbs up. That's incredible, my friends. You guys are enjoying the show today. If anyone wants to pin up a bluegill on a channel catfish, I'll pin that up for you. Another big car. It's on the other side of the thing over there jumping. It says hi. Yeah. The name of this video is Relax. Better place that here, relax. Enjoy the surfing birds, blue waves, water. See, yes sir, hiya, 5. Hi. Good. Looking good. Keep it up, bro. We're about to break into the double digits, so we're working on it, folks. I'm not up to 100%, but I am out here fishing. My eye's still pretty sore. It's the effect is going at least. So I'm having a hard time focusing in on anything. Because every time I try to use my eyes, that's when I get focused. Another big carp jump over there to the right. There's definitely some carp jumping around here. Nice fish. Object. World, what's going on? How you doing, World? World says, all the best of catching. World says, hi, chatting friend. Florida P says, MBP, have a blessed day. All right, thanks for coming in and dropping by, Saltwater, and have a great rest of your day, my friend. Really the most relaxing type of fishing that I could come up with. The only type of fishing I could really do right now. I don't have the energy to fight off that river. Still a very good chance of getting something like a big carp or something to hit corn out there. I don't know why I try to cast like that. My reel has got a groove on it. Try to do it. Alright, 13 incredible people in, and 62 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You're gonna have to give me a couple days to recover from that infection. It took all of my body's strength to fight that crap off. That infection in my eye, and now that she has, now I just gotta recover completely. Sleeping 3 days straight, that'll drain your energy fast. I'm bluegill channel catfish so far today. We broke into the double digits. Awesome, folks. Another small guy, but still, a fish is a fish. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Cool guy. And we are right in the middle of our rod, so that's got to be right there. Buddy. Gotta move real quick. Pop. Put this out. No muss, no fuss. And he gets to keep a little bit of the worm. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. I have to give him a little bit of flip here because there's moss and they get stuck in that stuff. Let me. You know what? I'm gonna pin up. Add that as a. Huh. Alright, yes, and then we will add that. It's a little bit of a change. Not too much. What I could do is I could cut a little pop on the. Having a little bit of trouble casting my bait cast. This is a very small pop. It's at a minimum distance. I've got those drags set down completely. Still barely get her about here. Yard. Right. And the next way is a little tricky. That's when it hurts, folks. When I have to zoom in on something to give my eyes. It was infected, right? So the muscles and everything are going to be very sensitive. So when I have to zoom in on something, it can be tricky. This is just a little. Not really that sharp. Just gets the job done. Perfect. I'm amazed that didn't smack. Even the bubbles coming up behind that popper was perfect. I'd say the perfect time to use a popper is when you pop that popper and there's bubbles behind it. Those bubbles stay on top of water for more than 2 seconds. I don't know if that's true or not. I've got an inkling to try this dual line right past where I cast to it, it's just you guys can't see. So I've got an inkling to try. Or we're not gonna move, we're just gonna turn the camera around here real quick. I've got an inkling to try this one shoreline. Yeah, that's where the carp have been jumping, is down here. So I'm not 100% that waterway yet. Great. I can switch that camera back around pretty quick. Got one tail. That's where I've been standing all the time. Maybe it's fast. Alright, folks, I had to try down there. I had to give that a shot. That was right behind me and it was screaming for me to cast something over there. No worries. I had to try it. I had to try it, folks. What's going on in chat? I had to try it, folks. Let's see. World Tour, how you doing? World Tour says, hi, chatting friends. Saltwater says, he says, hey, World Tour. This says, hey, Saltwater Cowboy. And Lucy with the heart emoji. I do appreciate that, Lucy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're having incredible people still in and seeing 64 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show. Get another little worming out of here. And there we are. A little wormy. I wonder how long we've been in. I'm curious. It's surprising how fast a day can go down here. All right. It's surprising how fast a day can go when you're down here fishing, folks. See, Wild, what's going on? How you doing, Wild? Wild says, what's chilling, everyone? I'm doing okay, my friend. Still in a little bit of a pain in my eye. The infection's gone, but she's still pretty sore. You know, it's eyes are pretty strong. Got a lot of functions, right? So whenever I try to zoom in on something, it still hurts. But that's why I'm not 100%. I figured come out here, do some bluegill fishing, channel catfish fishing. I do have my big carp rod out, so we always got a chance of getting a big one. See, Wild says doing good. Awesome to hear, my friend. We've caught 9 bluegill and a channel catfish so far today. All right. bother him with Mikey right now. Down here for this is relaxing for me. Laid back, relaxing fishing, I know. Yeah, I still ain't got my coloration back yet. Still looking a little peakish. Guys, I know you're here. Two of those bluegill were nice today. If we wanted to keep them, we'd have caught two big bluegill and a channel catfish to keepers today. The rest of them were smaller though. Two bluegill over 7 inches and that like Tom channel catfish is not a, just that alone is a pretty good day. I mentioned the other smaller bluegill. Much more comfortable out here than in bed. I've been miserable the last couple of days. I'm trying to fight off that infection in my eye. Our number 10, our 10th bluegill. Sometimes you catch them, sometimes you don't. This time I got him. Number 10. 10 bluegill on a channel cat. Gorgeous bluegill, my friends. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. How are our camera angles? I'm just curious as where this sucker is situated. So right where this is where the camera is, and that's where she's saying it. Yeah, that's a smaller. That's another like 6-incher. Beautiful guy, folks. Ah, I love it. All right, buddy. Thank you. Good. Another drink of coffee. Throat's going funky again. Tell you what, that's the way I am right now. Even this more simpler and relaxing type of fishing is almost too much for me. Did throw around a bass for a little bit, hoping something would hit. I didn't get any strikes with bass. I probably got a couple that were crappie out there on the rooster tail and couldn't hook them. They're tough to catch this time of the year. Hot out here. Wind's blowing nice. About 78 degrees, folks. 9, 10. Yeah, so this is our 11th bluegill. A bluegill on a channel cat. That's a prettier one. That's a nice little, pretty little male on his way to getting a little bigger. He's got a little mucky algae on him. Stuff off of there. There we go. Pretty little guy. I love it, my friends. I love it. Beautiful guy. All right, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is the most relaxing. That's the name of our video. Is relax. Relax back and enjoy the show. Hope you're having an awesome Friday, my friends. Ah, man. Bait off. There's a worm on here. That might be a little bit too small. Nope. Tablet doesn't keep the drains pretty fast. Cooler temperatures is fine. It gets warm. Nice fish right over there. Here, let's check that chat. Our tablet died, so I gotta come back there. And then you guys from behind the pines. That's okay. 11 bluegill and channel catfish is not bad for a nice relaxing trip. about that, folks. Our tablet died on us, so I've got to go back and check the chat the old-fashioned way. Let's see what else is good. And Lucy with the unicorn, the heart, and the rainbow emojis. And I do appreciate those, Lucy. I really, really do. Always enjoy you in chat, my friend. See, 8 incredible people in and 66 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Tell you what, you can't really see that bobber from here. Let me cast it to the left. Okay. You can see where that rod is. And we got one for carp and one for bluegill right now. Let's see, bass angling, what's going on? How you doing, bass angler? Bass angler says MVP. Boy, they're slow today. The bass. Now we have caught 11 bluegill on the channel catfish so far. We got that the green goblin out there, trying to see if we can get a big old carp or something to hit. And that closer rod, the further rod out there, we've got worm on there catching some bluegill and some smaller fish. I really didn't feel like running down to the river today. I was pretty. I'm still not at 100%, folks. Give me a couple days before I'm able to tackle that river. Let's see what it says. What's chilling, everyone? All right, I got that. Let's see, do I want anyone else? All right, I'm gonna go with Carly's. There we go. I do forget that sometimes, folks. Pinning up people's messages. That is an option that I do know that that you guys look forward to. I do. No one ever pins my chat. Well, no one ever pins my chat. Yeah, it's a pretty beautiful day, folks. It's about 75, 80 degrees. Water temperature's up in the upper 80s in this lake because she's pretty shallow. I could check that carp rod. I haven't so, we've got that drag set really light. What's been going on with it? Looks like that bottom hook's been cleaned. The top hook's got a curl off of it. The bottom one's usually just meant to keep the smaller fish away from the top one. The top one's the one that usually gets the carp on. They'll be nosing around where you've thrown all that bait in. They'll be swimming by, and suddenly that corn suspended one will be right in their face, and they'll take a nip at it. And they'll wind up hooking their own butts. Usually that's what happens. Not always. Alright, that's back. This is just a cool little double rig, folks. This is like a tiny little steelhead, like splitty shot on there that slips up and down. And when that hits the bottom, it'll be setting like this, right? So that little, this one will be up off the bottom a little bit, and that one will be on the bottom. So you've got a double chance of getting one of them suckers to come by and grab it. And I'm out about 2/3 of the way to the middle of the lake. Not much of a difference in water depth. Yeah, I've got that drag loosened 100%. If a big old carp hits that, I want the weight of this rod should be sufficient enough for them to not be able to pull her in with minimal drag. Should be. That's why the stick is on there, to give it a little extra, just in case something gets clever. Well, she just tore the heck out of that worm. I can see it bite. Yeah. We're not going to give her too much longer, folks. We're only going to give her about a 3-hour feed today. I definitely don't feel like going 4 hours. We've been in quite a while. We don't have much longer to go, folks. And I really do appreciate you guys coming in and staying in with me. It helps out the channel so much. Support doesn't just mean, giving out money, folks. Support means, supporting. Support means coming in, talking, chatting, and doing all that other stuff. Sharing, liking, all that other fun stuff that we normally do anyway. And I'm a small channel. It doesn't take much for me to make it a month. My landlord, Mark, he's been helping me quite a bit. He's been helping me with the rent and stuff, giving me just a few extra dollars to put into the channel. I see 7 incredible people and 68 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Oh, there's a bite on a worm. I ran for a while. The snigger hit it when I was over there, just when I sat down. They cleaned that hook off, too. They're good at doing that, folks. They're definitely good at that. They could be soup suckers. Man, just a no. That's what happens when you drop them right by the water. You get the muck. Grass is grabbed on you so bad. There. Got a hungry one right now, folks. Let me see if I can hook her. See if I can get this guy. Got him anyway. All right. Number 12. Boy, that's a little small stinker. Number 12 on the day. 12 bluegill and a channel catfish so far. Number 12. Pretty little guy. That's another little 5-incher. A little femur. Pretty little guy. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's get another one out here. See if I can get another. I'm always amazed the kind of fun you can have with a couple little red worms. Got him, folks. Got him. All right, number 13. Bluegill and tail cat. Awesome, folks. Number 13. Number 13, my friends. That's another, like, that's about 4 3/4. It's not even 5 inches on that one, but still, fish is a fish, right? 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 All right, buddy. See you. Thank you. How you doing today, folks? Jose, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Jose says, fry it up. Oh, no, that's Josie. Yep, no, that's Jose. I really don't feel like cleaning fish today, Jose. We did catch 3 keepers, though. I mean, 2 big bluegill that would have been definitely keepers. Those 7-inch, those 2 7-inch ones, and that channel catfish I got would have been definitely a pretty good fish fry. The rest of our guys have been a little small, but any bluegill under about 6.5, 7 inches, not a lot of meat on them, I'm afraid. Kind of better just to let them grow up when they're that size. Parts of my eyes to focus in on anything yet. They haven't healed up all the way. I do keep fish on occasion, and this lake is very good for panfish. Channel catfish are freshly stocked, so they're very good eating. But I am not. And, yeah, I just don't feel like cleaning them. Probably the best idea for me right now. You don't have much to eat. I just put on the stick. I've been able to get back and forth to the school for a while. Which reminds me, I have to go by Dollar General here in a bit to get some meow meow food. Let's see, Reno, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Another bite on a worm. Dang it, every time I walk away. Got him, folks. Got him. That's a little bigger. That's a nice bluegill there. Oh yeah, that's our Okay, so this would have been our third keeper today. That's 14 bluegill. That's a nice one there, folks. A little dingier color on that one, but that's a bigger one. That's about 6 and just a hair under 7 inches. So 6 and 3/4. That's still a keeper there, folks. Gorgeous little bluegill. I love it, my friends. I love it. Awesome fish, folks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, I didn't get to read your chat there, buddy. Let's see. Rena says, hello, my friend. I'm Holidays. Good luck. The Frenchie Renard. All right, my friend. Rena with the thumbs up. Appreciate that, my friend. Hope you're having a great Friday. And I hope you enjoy the show. Yeah, that's kind of the most relaxing trip I could do. That's the name of our video. Just sit back and relax. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and see if we can catch some fish. I got my big green goblin out here for carp, catfish. Did catch one channel catfish today, and 14 bluegill. Not a wasted day for sure. Definitely enjoyable. He's sitting around the dang house, right? I do have a little bit more healing. My eye's still pretty sore. It's like that broken bone. Even a couple months after it's fused, and it's still going to be sore for a while. That's not for a second. He's getting the worm off. Beautiful day, folks. It's about 75, 80 degrees down here. It's actually very pleasant underneath these trees. Nice cool grass. What can I say but relaxing? I'm usually all over the screen, folks, but I'm not 100% right now, so I figured this would be a good way to spend the day with you guys today. Get some fishing and get some catching for everyone on YouTube land. The water's about 85 degrees. We've had some seriously hot temperatures it's been in the hundreds for the last 3 days, so it's a very good change. Which is one of the reasons why it took me so long to heal as well. It's hard to heal when your body's also burning energy to keep your body cooler. And keep the worm off. I'm waiting for that big rod to go down. minus slack. We don't have a lot of worms, so I'll take them through here. These little red worms, they're surprising how much fun you can have on them. Very surprising, my friends. Oh, 15 bluegill, not bad. Not at all. Considering how weak I am, I'm actually, look at that. Man, it's clean that worm off fast. Jeez. There's a brand new worm on there. It's gone. Hey. Stinkers? Must be hungry. Well, let's never say MVP doesn't come out here and at least feed the fish. Got that worm off after it's on this light. One more for you guys. One more. One more for you guys. Watch me walk over and try to talk to you guys. Watch me pop. Yeah, watch your pop when I come over and try to talk to you guys. Let's see. Good. Renee says, in my country, this fish are perch. Yep. Yeah, they're just called bluegill or sunfish in this lake as well, in this river, in this. Yeah. Renee says, good fishing in France. Our 23rd p.m. Good luck. All right, my friend. All right, folks. We've been in 3 hours. I think I put on a pretty good show for you guys. 15 bluegill and a channel catfish. Good way to start up doing live streams again. Good warm up. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. See 5 people still in and 68 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yep. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shut her down. We've been in a pretty good time. Still haven't got my coloration back, as you can see. Just still a little peaked. Yeah, a little white still. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. I'm just going to add my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep the lines tight. And again, thanks for all my moderators, all my regulars coming into the chat. I do really, really do appreciate it. Oh, Chris says, sorry, I had to watch soccer. No worries, buddy. Let's see. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Appreciate it.